everyone, Amy Polak coming to you live from Istanbul, Turkey. And I have another incredible interview for you to watch today. I'm interviewing Klaenyza Pritchard with the Lash Lounge in Houston Heights. She is owner of that location, and she has an incredible story to share with you all. And so, whether you are new to entrepreneurship or you're a business owner that has been in the business for a while and you're in the trenches of your business and growing your team, she has a phenomenal story and experience to share with you all, and lots of golden nuggets to share. And ladies, if you are considering getting lash lift or if you're considering getting eyelash extensions, I have a coupon code for you. So stay tuned to the very end, so you can take advantage of that coupon code to see Klaenyza and her stylists there at the Lash Lounge in Houston Heights. So without further ado, enjoy. Hello, friends and family. Hello, world. Thank you all again for tuning in for another one of my interviews. And as I had mentioned before, I'm interviewing Houston Chronicle's Best of the Best. And so, of course, I brought you another amazing business owner who has a phenomenal business, who has won first place in Houston Chronicle's Best of the Best. And her name is Klaenyza Pritchard, and she is owner of the Lash Lounge in the Heights. So, Klaenyza, thank you so much for joining me today and
Hi.
for sharing with us your story.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay, great. So I'm just going to dive right in. And people like to know, how do entrepreneurs start their business? How did they start? And every entrepreneur kind of starts in their own way, in their own journey. And yours was a little unique. And I think people would enjoy hearing from you and your perspective of how did you get involved in this entrepreneurial venture? And have you been an entrepreneur long?
Yeah, it feels like it's been so long, but it really hasn't. It's been, just under 3 years since I started this venture. And um, wow, has it been a roller coaster. But I always knew that I wanted to do something entrepreneurial. I just, felt in my bones that my purpose was to do something for myself. And I knew I wanted to do something that impacted people in some way. And
Mhm.
that's kind of, those are my guardrails. And so I would say the opportunity for the Lash Lounge, the Lash Salon kind of fell in our laps almost as we were kind of looking at opportunities. We were really looking at gyms first because I just love the idea of fitness and how, it can truly transform a body and a mind. Um, and we kind of fell into the beauty industry and realized that beauty can have the same impact on a client, a consumer. And so we got really excited about it. And this opportunity to purchase an existing location from another owner kind of fell in our laps. It was right here in our neighborhood in the Heights. And once I visited the salon and got to experience it for myself, I fell in love. And there's
Mm.
so much more than that, but truly, like, this opportunity felt like, it just came up and it was the one.
Wow, that's incredible for that to have happened. And you say we were looking for these. Who is we?
So my husband and I, so we're both, from a corporate background, but he knew that, I had this entrepreneurial vision, wanting to do something in that space. And so he was very supportive and kind of helping me figure out, okay, how can we make this move? When can we make this move? And he's the one who brought the idea of franchising to me instead of starting something, completely from inception myself.
Mhm.
And so yeah, he's my partner in crime here.
I love it. I love partnerships with husband and wife. My husband and I are business partners with Entre Results. You know that. And so it has its challenges for sure.
Absolutely.
But there's also a lot of perks in that as well, because who else can you trust more than your spouse? And you know the person that has your back the most is your spouse. And to have that support, and I love that. I think that's beautiful. How long had you been thinking about starting your own thing before you decided to take that plunge?
Probably since I started my career. I knew I wanted
Wow.
to do something. Yeah. I'd always been, playing with different ideas. I would write in my journal, my 5-year plan, my 10-year plan, and have all these different business ideas that I would have. when I would start them, how I would grow them. So it's always been something that I think has been a part of me.
Wow, that's amazing. Was it scary when you found the one finally and you were drawing up the paperwork, you were working on the loan documents and everything like that? Or
It
was
was
it scary or was it exciting? Like, what was that experience like?
I think it was more exciting than scary, honestly, because it felt right. It truly
Mm,
felt right. This is something when we were drawing up the paperwork, I knew like this is big, this is different. It's not something that I have a ton of experience in, but I think the excitement and, just confidence in, being able to do something that I believed in just drove me forward.
Yeah, that's amazing. And so then how did you feel when you were finally official and you had your location? What was that like?
It's hard to describe it. I remember being in the salon and just looking at, my permits on the wall and seeing my name on them and just thinking, wow, like this is really mine. And just walking through the salon and just taking a deep breath, looking around and just, I couldn't believe it because
Mm,
this was a resale. I bought the salon from someone else. I didn't open it myself. So there was no build out to kind of get ready for it. It just, I came in
mhm.
one day and it was mine. So I don't know, it felt really surreal.
That's amazing. I'm just experiencing that as you're sharing that with me. I can envision that in my head and see what it's like to buy an already existing business. And so many people do that today. I just don't really hear too many people talking about that. And so hearing, from your perspective and how that felt for you, I can almost feel it with you and how exciting that must be. And um and so okay, so you have your salon, your paperwork's on the wall, and then the staff. So then taking over new management, right? That's like a merger and acquisition, right? It's an acquisition and you get what comes with the business. And so what was that like? Were you still on cloud nine and like, this is so exciting, I have my space? And then, what, how did that unfold?
It's so interesting because I come from a change management background. I was a change like a consultant, and mergers and acquisitions. Like those are the types of things that I dealt with all the time at a corporate level. Um, but I didn't think about it at all here. I walked in one day and I'm like, "Hi guys, like I own the place now." And it was a humbling experience. Half the team quit that day. Um,
Wow.
so much. And I try not to take it personally because they didn't know me, but
Right.
they'd been going through a lot of change and upheaval already. So that was rough out the gate. And the ones who were there, now I have to try to convince them that like this is gonna be a good thing, you guys. But I think I was still so excited that I tried not to let it phase me. And I was like, all right, we're gonna add people to this team and we're gonna get going. Like I have a big vision and you guys are a part of it. And that's just kind of what I tried to share with the remaining team that was there.
Wow, that's tough, but I think having um that tenacity and just and still running on that excitement of like, this is my place. Okay, things happen. And then also having that background in, so you knew kind of some of the things that happen within those with acquisitions and things like that and mergers and so wow, that's incredible. So you just kind of pushed right through and and made it work. And so you've been doing it now for 3 years, and your team from then to your team now, how has that kind of grown and developed and changed and morphed or stayed the same?
Well, I have one person still with me from when I first purchased.
Wow.
Um, and she's fantastic. Like it's been wonderful to have her on this journey with me and
Mm,
have her be able to share with new people, how far we've come. But
mhm,
it's taken a long time. I think it's taken all of these 3 years to really put the right team together. A lot of lessons for me in hiring, in managing and retaining people. Um, but I feel like we finally made it. And just, working together, like we've done so much to get to this point. I think it was one of the biggest lessons that I've learned is there's a lot of work in bringing on the right people.
Yeah.
maintaining those people. And I think in the beginning, I just thought, you got a pulse, you like lashes, come on. Um, I can train you to do whatever. And that's not quite the case. So um, that's been quite the roller coaster, but I'm so happy with the team that I've landed with now. I never expected that it would take such a long time to come to this point, but gosh, all the lessons that I've learned and like what we've been through together as a team, I don't think I would trade it. I think I would do it again.
Wow. Wow, that's powerful. Because it is hard and it is a lot of work and it is a roller coaster ride. You hire someone, you think they're going to be a great fit, and then all of a sudden they're not, right? And maintaining, especially when you grow and businesses grow, maintaining culture, maintaining the mission of why you wanted to do what you do, that's hard to do. And growing that culture within the people that you have. And so, how do you think, how is the culture when you first started as to like where you're at now?
I think in the beginning I didn't realize how much culture truly is driven by the leader.
Mm,
Um, and you really have to be able to communicate that culture throughout the interview process and the onboarding process so that people know what they're getting into. I think more than anything, anybody who hasn't succeeded in, sticking with us or it at the end of the day, it wasn't a culture fit. And that
mhm,
has to be okay. And I think I put culture much higher than I used to when I'm thinking about, skills, personality, all of these different things that matter when you are hiring people. Culture fit is powerful.
mhm,
People spend so much of their time at their job every week, and it should be some place that they're going to feel comfortable. They're going to feel like they can thrive.
mhm,
And so I feel like, you know, being able to um, lead that culture is something that I just didn't realize the importance of in the very beginning.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, that's incredible. Um, And you had mentioned earlier before, Amy, and just it's world people who are listening, just so you guys know, Lanisha and I have been working together. She is one of my clients, and I've had the privilege and the opportunity to work with her, and it's been an amazing adventure and journey walking alongside this with her. But I wanted to kind of talk about coaching a little bit and ask you, was investing into coaching like, or just coaching in general? You heard me talk at a women's event, and we talked a little bit there. We scheduled a meeting and things like that. But had that been something that you knew about, or that you'd heard about, or you'd been thinking about, or what was that for you?
I had known about coaching and I have always believed in coaching. At one point I was a health coach. So, I've done it before too, and
Mm,
read all kinds of self-help books that, touted the importance of getting a coach and having a mentor. So I knew about it. I believed in it always, but I also know that, it can be a big investment.
mm,
And even when I was thinking about it, I've always known I wanted a coach, but when you're in a place where you're not profitable in your business yet, thinking about investing any amount of money is really, really scary because
mm.
you don't know what you're gonna get out of it. And
Right.
you're not taking any money home at this moment. You're just trying to like pay your people and pay your bills. So, to have this other thing that's not necessarily a necessity,
Mhm.
it's very, very scary.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've spoken to, and I've done two other interviews with other Houston Chronicles best of the best, and asked them the same question: was coaching something that was difficult or painful of an investment for you to make? And both of these businesses that I interviewed, they both said it was very difficult to do, because just like you said, not, I'm trying to pay my people, I'm trying to pay my bills, I'm not getting paid yet. And to invest in one more thing, it's like, oh my gosh, how else can I be stretched in this moment right now? But after then, what was it that you said, I don't care, I have to get a coach? Or what was it that made you decide, I'm moving forward, I'm going to do it?
Um, I just realized I was I was banging my head against the wall. I was working so hard and not really getting anywhere. And
Mm,
so I knew that having a coach would give me an objective perspective that would help me figure out where I should redistribute time and effort to make this business what I truly felt it could be.
yeah. And so what has been the value that you have gotten from coaching?
That and so much more. I think with coaching, I think you expect to have somebody who's going to hold you accountable, help you with goals and achieving them. But um, I think what I love about coaching is that it's flexible based on what I need. Sometimes it's just, you know, let me tell you what's been going on. It's so crazy. Like so having somebody to like listen and then help me pause and say, okay, so here's where we're going to go from here. You know, so
Mm,
you can get so wrapped up in some of the downs of entrepreneurship that, you know, having somebody to help pull you out, I think is really important. Um, you know, I think you've become such a friend to me. You know, it's it's so much more than just set goals, be accountable to achieving them. And so I just think that that personal piece of it has become the most rewarding part to me because entrepreneurship is lonely. Um,
mm.
like we said, yeah, I have my husband, but he still has his full-time job. So there's a lot of stuff that's just me. And so, you know, even just having a coach to bounce things off of and just feel like I'm not so alone just makes so much of a difference. And it allows me
Wow.
to just truly focus on the things that are important to
hmm
building my business and making this something that I enjoy every day.
Yeah, awesome. Well, you have been such a blessing to me in my life and have become such a great friend of mine as well. And so I really appreciate you and thank you for allowing me to do what I do. So it's been a lot of fun along the way. What are some of the most impactful lessons that you've learned from coaching that you kind of go back to time and time again, when you're kind of in the meantime, in between time, or you're just in the grind and working through things? What is that? Are there any lessons?
Yeah, there are a few lessons for sure that I go back to. And I think the first one is that I didn't buy a business to buy a job. I did not buy myself a
Mm,
job. Um, I bought this business as a way to fulfill a purpose for my life. And so that's something that you do have to remind yourself of that, especially when you get in the trenches. Um, I think the importance of putting the time and effort and money into hiring the right people, um, and then rallying those people around a strong vision and mission can make all the difference in not just in the business, but honestly in my personal life. Um,
mm,
and I have seen that in this past year for sure.
that's amazing. I love that. And so now getting your team around the same mission, the same vision, how have you seen that? Like, what kind of changes have you seen internally, and what kind of impacts has that been making in your business?
Um, I think the biggest thing is when they are excited about where we're going, when they're aware of, you know, what we're working towards,
hmm
they care about it. You know, they care about the business and they're willing to do the work. They're willing to go above and beyond without me having to ask, you know? And
Mm,
I think that in the past, I haven't been as good at sharing that vision and getting them excited about it and helping connect their goals to the vision.
yeah.
Um, and so we've really struggled to find people that care. You know, it's been
Mhm,
more, you know, people like, oh, I have to go to work. And, you know, having that kind of negative mentality
mm,
about the
mhm,
work that we
mhm.
do, which is so fun. Like, oh, we do such fun work. But now I just, you know, even giving them purpose, letting them do little side projects here and there, like they're so excited to come in and work on whatever we're doing.
Mhm.
Um, and just, you know, just from a number standpoint, watching the revenue grow when we haven't necessarily done anything fundamentally different,
Wow.
but the attitude that people come to work with and the effort that they're willing to put in is all that's really changed. It has, you know, we've hit record numbers in these past months.
That's incredible. That's so exciting. I mean, like, it's like, yay, things are working, things are moving in the
Yeah.
right direction. It's like so exciting to be able to see that, and such a fresh breath of fresh air. And, we've been working together for a couple of years now. Has it been 2 years or
Almost 2
almost
years.
2 years? And, change is slow. Change takes time. And I think there's, so many new entrepreneurs that are out there that don't realize how long it takes to change things, to restructure a team, to build a team, and getting the right people in the right seats. It takes time, and being consistent and having that focus is so important. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, very
Nobody talks
cool.
about it.
Nobody
Nobody
talks about it.
in this age of social media, people make it seem like entrepreneurship is so easy. And
Mhm.
it's like that to make $1 million. And even my husband, sometimes he would be like, I didn't think it would take this long. And it's just like, has it been that long?
Yeah.
It's like our sense of time is a little warped sometimes, I think, because
Yeah.
there's this whole idea that like everybody can do it. Um,
Right.
and it takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work. It really does take a lot of, and a very um persistent attitude, and just like, I am going to dominate this thing no matter what happens. And sometimes our day dominates us, when things happen, but it's okay. That happened. I've mourned and grieved and yelled, and, all sorts of emotions have come out of me. It's time to move on and keep going. Right.
Yeah.
And it's that, like, get after it type of attitude that it really takes to be an entrepreneur. And so for those of you that are out there that are thinking about becoming a business owner and being an entrepreneur and wanting to start your own thing, one question to keep in mind is, do I have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? And if you have that attitude of, even if a day conquers me, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to keep moving forward until I make this work. So ask yourself that question, and evaluate that for yourself, and hopefully that will guide you and lead you into whether or not you should become an entrepreneur, because I can't tell you if you can become an entrepreneur, right? You have to figure that out for yourself. Okay, so going over to being Houston Chronicle's best of the best, what do you think attributed to that? Like, how do you get that, by the way?
So you have to be nominated to begin with.
Okay.
So somebody could be, a client, anybody can nominate your business. And once you're nominated, then it's just up to clientele, everybody to just vote to say, yes, we believe that you're the best. To get our clients to a space where they believe that's the real work, right? And that's
Yeah.
the work we've been doing for the past 3 years. Um, it's truly making every single guest feel like we know them, they know us, we have our inside jokes. Like this is a place where you can escape
Mhm.
your busy day, your busy life. This time is for you and we're at your disposal. And when people come in, they feel like that this is a place where, we've had people who are like, you know what, I'm cutting costs, but I'm not giving up my lashes. And it's not about the lashes. You can go to
Mhm.
the drugstore and get your $3 strip and you can put it on.
Mhm.
But it's about the experience. And that's what we try
Mhm.
to create. And that is how we become the best in the eyes of our clients. That's our
Mhm.
focus.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, that's incredible, and it's so exciting. I know there's a lot of work that's gone in the background to create those processes, to create that experience, because it truly is a process. It doesn't just magically happen. And getting your team on board to implement that process, I think, has been key. And yeah, so I think that's incredible. Um, Okay, so how have you grown from this whole experience? How has Klaenyza changed?
So much. Like honestly, I remember I told my husband at one point, this has been the 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 biggest growth experience that I never knew I needed.
Mm,
I've been in the corporate world for a long time, gotten a lot of experiences, came into this feeling like, I know what I'm doing. Have learned so much about myself, about managing people, about leadership. Even the investment that we made in the business, my husband will joke that like I've gotten like a degree in entrepreneurship. But yeah, I just think in the beginning, I was really excited to do this work because I wanted to impact our clients and make people feel good about themselves. But I think now I get up every day and I'm excited to go to work because of the impact I have on my team.
Mm.
What they're able to do because of the confidence that they've gained, like that's what drives me every day. Like I told my team one day, I was like, I could care less about the work that we do sometimes. Like it's you guys being happy and being able to, fulfill your dreams and, become financially independent if that was a goal of yours. Like whatever it is, you achieving your goals is what makes me happy
Mm.
at the end of the day. So I just think I feel um like my purpose in life has kind of changed a little bit.
Wow.
What I thought I wanted, what I was in this for. I don't know, I just feel like I've been humbled quite a lot. So I think I've changed in a lot of ways for the good and there's more to come. Entrepreneurship, you're always learning. There's never 2 days that are exactly the same.
Hmm.
Um, so it's exciting.
Yeah, I love that. I love that focus of helping your team members get what they want out of life and reaching their goals. Because when you are helping them, they're helping you also achieve your goals and the dreams that you have for your life. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we start businesses to give us the personal life that we want, right? That's why entrepreneurs start businesses because we want freedom, we want flexibility, certainly we want the revenue and the financials that come with being an entrepreneur, and that happens after a while.
Yeah.
um and but like having that mindset shift to, I'm so excited to see my team grow and watch them achieve their goals and the vision that they had for their life, and how you are such a huge part of that. And then in turn, it comes back to you, which I think is such a beautiful, beautiful concept. And I think if more people focus on investing in their team, then they're going to get way more out of their life, out of their business, out of all of those things. So that's amazing. All right, so moving on to your personal life. You're a wife, and I know you and your husband are business partners together. Do you want to share a little bit about kind of where your husband's been, or what's kind of happening right now?
Yeah, it's it's so funny to say that we're business partners. We are, but he's like a silent partner.
Yeah.
But he still has his corporate job. I always joke that he's our corporate warrior, which allows me to, go and have my fun. But he has actually been on a work assignment overseas for the past 2.5 years. So
Wow.
for the majority of the time that I have been running this business, he has not physically been here. So that comes with challenges of its own for
Mm-hmm.
both of us. He's finally coming back now. So, this will be a new chapter that we're starting for us. And, it's exciting because, the business is in a good place and, we're able to think about different chapters in our lives now. But yeah, it's been an interesting couple of years.
Yeah, that's I'm so excited that he's coming home. And what are you looking forward to with, as he's home, and then this next year in business, kind of what is a vision that you've had, or a dream that you've had, of what is this new year wanting to look like?
Um, I remember in one of our coaching sessions, we did an activity where we were thinking about, kind of like rating different areas of our lives. And I know like my personal life, I was like, it's a zero, it's a zero. It's I don't get to do anything on my personal life. And a lot of it was because I spent all day, every day, 7 days a week, nearly open to close in the salon. So it was rough. Even if my husband was here, I probably wouldn't see him very much. And so with the work that, I've put in over the past couple of years working with you, we've gotten to a place where, I can step away from the salon and know
Mm,
that things aren't hitting the fan. And so now with this new chapter with my husband coming back, we can start to focus on some other things in our personal life. Like I know that, I can leave the salon at 6 p.m., go on a date night with my husband and know that things are taken care of. We're really excited to start a family here soon. So that's something that in the past I was like, I don't know how we're gonna do this because like I got a whole baby and and more with this salon and I can't handle more. But now we're just in a place where um I trust my team. They know what they're doing. I don't need to be there every minute of every day micromanaging all that's going on.
Mhm.
So that is going to allow us to be able to have a personal life and truly start a new chapter in our lives.
Yay. Oh, I love that. I just got chills all over. And so do you feel like you are truly creating or have created or are creating a business that is giving you the personal life that you want to live?
I think so now.
Yeah.
There was a time where I was just like, this just is what it is, work 24/7. And I was fine with that. So just what it was at the time, but now I see that it can be different. We can
Mm.
perform better without me there every hour of the day. What? Um, so it's exciting.
That's amazing. Wow, that is so exciting. Well, I am so excited for you, Klaenyza, and I'm excited to see what this next journey looks like for you, for the business to see how it continues to grow. And I'm just excited to walk alongside with you in that. And thank you so much for your time and for sharing, being vulnerable and sharing with the world kind of what is entrepreneurship like and the highs, the lows from start to where you are now. I think it's been a challenging journey, but it's also a beautiful journey because you've grown so much and you've been able to um, identify a new purpose in your life and give so much more to your team members and in turn they're giving back to you. And so I think that's incredible. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you and your time. And again, congratulations on winning Houston's Best of the Best.
Thank you. Thank you again for having me.
You're welcome. All right. Okay, guys. So, ladies, if you need an amazing um, lashes, please call Klaenyza at the Lash Lounge. And how can they get a hold of you, or which is your location? Because I know it's a franchise.
Yeah, so we are the location that's in the Heights, at the corner of 610 and Yale Street. Give us a call, 281-462-5274. Go on the website. We always prefer that you guys call because we like to get to know people. It's an experience from start to finish. But truly, like Amy said, if you're looking for somewhere to get lashes that will take care of the natural lashes underneath, because that's our thing. Like, we don't want to just, throw some lashes on you just for the beauty. We really want to take care of your foundation. Come see us. We have a ton of different looks, from very, very natural to bold and beautiful. So come see us. We'd love to meet you.
Awesome. All right. Go check out the Lash Lounge with Klaenyza. And thank y'all again so much for watching. I hope you were able to glean some nuggets here and there from her. And truly, for those of you that are in business currently and are struggling with getting your team together, we at Entre Results would love to be able to walk you through that and help you with that, get you some training and help you hiring the right people. And that's it for now. Thank y'all so much. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed that interview and I hope you were able to get some golden nuggets from her interview and can begin to start implementing some of the strategies that she talked about in the interview into your business. And again, if you are needing help with creating your team, developing your team, um, if you're tired of banging your head against the wall and not getting good results with what you're doing, give us a call here at Entre Results. We'd love to be able to help you take your business to that next level. And for those of you who are waited to the very end to get that coupon code, the coupon code is Coach Amy. Coach Amy for the Lash Lounge to get 15% off on a full set or a lash lift. Klaenyza would be and her team would be very excited to know that you heard about her through this video. So please, when you give them a call, make sure you give them the code Coach Amy to be able to take advantage of her services. And I know you won't be disappointed. So y'all go out there and make it a better than amazing day.